You throw us in the stream, right? Oh God. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Man, hey, my bad. That was a little awkward. I started it and then I played it. That was a little weird. But we're back. Hey, wait, what did you say we're calling this? I tried to put in the title. You said last second dose. Is that what we're
Yeah, that's what one of the comments said. They like the name last second dose. So I was like, oh, it got a little ring to it. I like it. You know?
All right. I like that too. Yeah. So I got that in the title. Last second dose. We're back. My man Rad. Again, the link is in the description to his channel. Rad, how you doing, man?
I'm solid. I'm happy to be back. Every Wednesday we tapping in, talking some Detroit Lions. So I can't complain. I like our little intro video. Gets me pumped. Nice little 30-second countdown. It's a little long. Maybe if we could chop it to about 10 seconds, but
yeah,
it gets the blood flowing. But I'm good, Dose. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm excited to be back. This is a great show because it's just like it's a chill show. It's a chill vibe. We just kind of talk, and it's like you don't need to have all these like new facts and stuff. You just kind of chill with.
We just rolling.
Obviously, the chat's in here. There it is, man. It's rolling with it. We got the chats. Man, the chat's popping off early. Sword Killer Rob, Brady. What's going on, everybody? Bill Branch, be loving your show. All right. I don't know who Bill Branch is, but I appreciate it.
Hey, he's tapping in. It's love.
Hey,
it's love.
That's what's up. We got a couple things we're going to do today. We're going to go through the latest Lions news like for this since Wednesday. There's not a lot going on. So we're kind of touching on a few things here. And then we're going to go back a little bit, talk about free agency. We talked about a little bit of the draft, I think, the last one. So we're going to go back and talk about free agency, but we'll keep going through some offseason stuff. So we're going to go back a little bit, talk about free agency in a second. But I first want to go through some of the latest Lions news really quickly. So as we know, the Lions.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Drop that news, Dose. Drop
it. Good, man. You good? All right. So the Lions signed 3 players that tried out. I'm not see the names, man. The names are what get me. They signed 3 players of the 5 that tried out this week at minicamp. They signed Charlie T. We're just gonna stick with T. I'm not trying to say the last name. The tight end out of Portland State. They also signed Elijah Holder, who is a safety. He was with Denver. He was a cornerback, though, in college back at Stanford. And they signed Alex Brown, a cornerback who was with the Chiefs. He actually won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. He was on that roster for 2 years. Okay. So those 3 guys have been signed with some tryouts. But I think we got to get to the big news. This is some news that, we were all expecting to happen. If this didn't happen, it would have been a problem. But right. This is Penei Sewell getting the payday, man. Penei Sewell just got paid 4 years, $24 million for Penei Sewell. Man, I mean, how are you feeling about the Penei Sewell pick? I just got to ask you.
I mean, I love the pick. I love it. And now that he's locked in, let's get to work, big fella. Let's get to work. Man, I love that pick.
I love it, man. We got the whole offensive line is actually like locked up. I didn't realize they got paid that much money for a 7th pick. Like 4 years, $24 million. It's fully guaranteed too.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of change.
Like, okay, all right, Sewell. So yeah, Penei Sewell has gotten his contract. What else do we have? Oh yeah, we're gonna kind of go back on this news a little bit. I can throw the string up on the screen here, but Kerryon Johnson, he was released by the Detroit Lions. This might have been a little bit more than a week ago, but we didn't talk about it, and this was some big news when it went down. He was claimed by the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think we talked about it. I know how you feel about it, so let the people know how you felt about Kerryon being released.
I'm happy. No, I probably would have tried to trade Kerryon. I don't know how much value he has, but a 2nd-round pick running back that is still young, and I don't know, he may have some left in the tank. I'm personally not a fan of Kerryon Johnson. I think his vision was terrible. Good pass blocker, I guess, but cool, he's gone. He's off the squad. Like, I like the running backs we got coming in. I like that running back room, but I rather would have tried to trade him. Like recoup a pick. I don't care if it had been a 5th, a 6th, get something for the kid. But by him being gone, I don't feel like it's gonna hurt us at all. I really don't.
So did you expect him to be cut though? Was that something that you kind of saw coming, or were you a little surprised when they did it?
I honestly was surprised that it happened. Yeah. I mean, I think he was going to be 3rd string coming into the season just because we added Jamal Williams, and Jamal Williams is a fantastic pass blocker. So his reps were probably about to get cut short, even shorter, I should say.
Right.
No, but I didn't see it happening, and I'm not mad at it happening, but I probably would have tried to get at least something for him. What you thinking about it?
I was a little surprised that it came so early. I thought I wasn't too shocked that he did it because I'm kind of with you. I wasn't the biggest Kerryon fan, but I was surprised how early they did it. It was like, man, we haven't even like at that time it wasn't rookie minicamp. We haven't gotten to any of the offseason stuff, and they decided to cut it. Like they haven't seen him before. They only got the film and stuff. So I was a little surprised that they did it so soon. I thought they like work out with him, have him go through some training camp and things like that. But yeah, they did that quick. So they had their mind made up. But like you said, I mean, they added running backs, they added Jamar Jefferson, and they signed a couple UDFAs. Like they have a pretty deep running back room. So it would have been tough for him to find a big role.
Right.
My man DT Fanman says we got to assume they tried to trade KJ. I heard like some weird like rumors, backstories on this, like on the whole Kerryon Johnson situation, because when it was first released that they released him, then it came back and it was like Brad Holmes, is like still like doing things with Kerryon Johnson, like he wasn't actually released yet. And then like a little bit later, it was official he was released. So I don't know if he was trying to make a trade or something happen. But yeah, he did get claimed by the Eagles. And we got any more news? I think we got. Cool. Oh yeah. This is some interesting news. I thought this would kind of just shake it up a little bit. So I don't know if you heard about the Dan Campbell thing. Like he wants a pet lion. I don't know if you heard that.
I did.
You heard that.
Yes.
So I don't know if you saw, but I guess they sent him a pet lion. Is it pronounced PETA? Is that what it's pronounced?
PETA.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know.
Because it's a pet. PETA. I don't know. Let's go with PETA. Let's go with PETA.
So I guess this is the lion they sent him. I love it. That's great.
I like it.
I know, man.
Carry it around. I like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Campbell's crazy, man. I'm really liking Dan Campbell. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm feeling his energy. Sure. I gotta know the players is loving him. I like the guy. I like him. The kneecaps and all. Like I'm rocking with Dan. Dan,
man, he say anything. Like Dan doesn't hold back on anything. He just says whatever. He ain't gonna hold back. He'll cuss. Whatever it takes. He's gonna say what he thinks. And I love some of the answers. But I thought this was great that they sent him a line. They didn't send him a real line. I guess that's not something that they could do. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much the latest. Oh yeah, that's the main Lions news. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say we got any. Ain't nothing really jumped off lately.
No, not really. Not really. I was gonna ask about your thoughts on the Terrell Crosby situation. I know this kind of died off. It was only like popping for like a day, but there was like rumors that the Lions were looking to trade him potentially if they got a good enough offer. I don't know how you felt about that. Would you have wanted Terrell Crosby traded, and what would you have wanted in return for a Terrell Crosby trade, who looks like the backup tackle now that Penei Sewell has been drafted?
Nothing. I didn't want to trade Terrell Crosby at all because he is our backup tackle and he is a swing tackle. He's proven that he can play at this next level. So just in case of an injury, we do have a solid backup swing tackle. So I think it would have been a dumb move to move him just because it's not like we were going to get a second or a third round pick for him. I don't think I wouldn't trade Crosby for a fifth or a sixth or nothing like that to give up your backup swing tackle who's already showed that he can play at the next level. And I actually think Crosby's decent. So I hope we keep him. I do not want to move Crosby. How you feeling about that one?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, it definitely depends on what we're getting, but I feel like you're getting a day 3 pick for Terrell Crosby. Right. And then the thing is, like tackles are hard to find at his age. If he hits free agency, I don't know what kind of deal he could get, but like I've heard the Lions, with Jamal Agnew, that like him going and him signing a deal. It wasn't a huge deal that he signed, but we could get a comp pick for Jamal Agnew. You could potentially get a comp pick for Terrell Crosby. It wouldn't be for next year; it'd be 2 years from now. But you could still get some in return, even if he walks this offseason. I'm with you though. I mean, I looked at like all the injuries we had last year, how much we were rotating guys, and now it's nice to have a guy that's proven. As much as you believe in Sewell, because this is the first time he's ever done this whole right tackle spot. Oh, I should ask you: do you think he goes right tackle, or do you think they try to move Decker to right tackle?
I think Sewell's going to right tackle. Just because when we drafted Decker, then at the beginning, we were playing him at left and right in training camp, and I think they just decided to keep him at left. And so let's move Sewell to the right side.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering on that. Some people have said, move Decker. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm with you though. I think he goes to right tackle. I mean, he was working out before the whole before the draft and everything like that. So that's the Lions news. Not a lot of big stuff going on right now. Did you have anything else or nothing
Nah,
much on
I
your
think
agenda?
you hit it, Dose. You hit it.
So now we got to talk about free agency, man. Look, we got the whole bubble thing up here. Lions free agency recap. We're gonna talk a little bit about free agency, some of our favorite and least favorite things that went down in free agency. Actually, let me pull this up really quickly. That way we have uh, the notes on what went down. Here we go. Okay, I'm not sure how much it's showing here. Ooh, that might be kind of difficult. I might have to like zoom in or something. Can I zoom in on this? I'm gonna try to zoom in. That might be better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's a little
solid.
bit better.
That's solid.
Yeah, we could rock. There's a lot of stuff that we get a lot of turnover this offseason.
I like it. Hey,
Yeah,
I like it. Get them bad contracts out of here. I like that. Hey, let them boys leave.
they did. They did change a lot of things. So I guess we'll just start off with the first part there. Signings. I think this is updated like to most signings. Now UDFA's aren't on there. None of the draft stuff. This is all just free agency when free agency was going down. So our last one was Dean Marlowe, the safety from the Bills. So looking at that, who was your favorite? And you can name a couple of the Detroit Lions free agent signings. There's a lot of 1-year deals, but what was some of your favorite signings they made this offseason?
Jamal Williams was my favorite signing. I think
Let's
Jamal
go.
Williams he could be a starting NFL running back. Like I think he could carry the load if need be. Say Swift went down. I don't think we're going to miss a beat. He's really good at pass blocking. He comes from a winning organization, which is Green Bay. So if he can bring that winning culture over here to Detroit, show these how we need to be practicing and watching film, I'm all about it. So that Jamal Williams signing was my favorite signing. And I actually like him just because normally he's on my fantasy football teams every year just because I normally draft Aaron Jones. So I always got to get the handcuff. So I watch a lot of Jamal Williams and I am a big fan. So when I seen that come through the ticker, I was pumped, even though I knew we had Swift in the locker room, but just adding him to that backfield is huge. And then Dose, I'm gonna have to be real with you. I'm not really too excited about none of these other signings. I mean, Alex Alazone is a solid linebacker. I will say this. I like that they put a lot of people on 1-year prove-it deals. Like, we're not tied to these fools. So if they come out and
Right.
dud this season, okay, chunk the deuces to them. But I'm not too excited about much else we did. I think we just got some okay players.
We just plug some holes.
That's it. Like, our receiving core, I think, is terrible. Terrible. Tyrell Williams isn't even a true number one. He's more like a number 3 receiver.
Dang.
Brashad Perryman. I mean, he's Brashad Perryman. Like, I mean, I guess the kid was fast coming out of college, but what is he really? I don't think he's even had a 700-yard season before. Tyrell Williams broke 1,000 yards once. I believe it was like either 2015 or 2016. So it's like,
yeah, it was wild. It
was a few years ago, and he's coming off injury. So I'm not mad that we put everybody on 1-year deals. I do like that, but Jamal Williams is my favorite signing. I'm sorry. I can't talk too much about any of these other fools because I don't really like them. Alazone's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, who was your favorite signing? Let me hear yours because I don't have too many faves. I mean, but I just like that they put people on 1-year deals. Like, we didn't go sign them to 3-year deals, but they're not
locked up.
Great. That's a good thing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No, that's I have Jamal Williams as my first one too. I was like, was that our only 2-year deal that we gave out? I think it was.
Yes, it was.
That's crazy, man.
Which is solid. I'd like to have him for 2 years. Like, I'm not mad at that deal.
I agree. I mean, there's a couple of these other guys that like Alex, like you brought up, Alex Anzalone. I would be fine with if he got a 2-year deal or something like that. But I'm with you. Like, all these guys, man, they got to prove it. Like, they're not coming off of great seasons or they're coming off of injuries, something like that. Aside from maybe like Corn Elder, but that Panthers defense was just a mess. What about Tim Boyle? No Tim Boyle love? I'm
not giving none of these fools no love except for Jamal Williams. Like, we signed Josh Hill. He didn't even make it past the draft and then retired. Like, bro, you could have retired before the draft. Why would you retire after the draft? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that was messed
stop.
Up.
But no, I'm not excited about none of them except for Jamal Williams.
I had my least favorite signings. I had Josh Hill.
See, yeah. He did us dirty. Like, he could have retired like a week before the draft, bro. Like, come on.
That was super unfortunate. I also had listed for my favorite though. I had Quentin Dunbar and I had Tyrell Williams on there. Like, I'm with you. Like, our receiving core definitely took a drop this offseason, big time.
Huge.
And that's why I'm happy we got Tyrell Williams because it's like, dang, we like need some help there. And like I'm with you, like the whole 1 year thing. Like he's coming off, he didn't even play last year, so he
Right.
needs to be healthy first off. He was solid back when he was healthy, but that was a few years ago, so he'll have to get back to that. And then I have Dunbar just because I think is very similar. Dunbar, what he did in 2019, I was super impressed with. He's one of the top corners in the league, but then last year was a mess with Seattle, like off the field, on the field injuries. So yeah, I mean, I like so as a whole though, like if you had just great off the top of your head, it sounds like you're not super excited about free agency. What would you grade this free agency? Just the signings, not who we lost, just who we brought in.
A D plus. Because I don't want to give anybody an F just because I remember getting Fs in school and it didn't feel good. So I'm gonna give you a D. Like you can get a D
because it didn't feel good. Dang.
I mean, you know what I mean. Like I'm not gonna lie, I failed a couple classes back in my day, but
right. Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna give us an F just because of that. And plus, I rock with my team, but it's a D.
Really?
It was terrible. I mean, they're getting the D plus. I'm sorry, and they're getting the plus because they put a lot of people on 1 year deals. Like you didn't tie us up to these fools for many, many years. So that's why you get the plus. Like if you'd have been signing these fools to like 2-3 year deals, then you would have got a D or D minus. So it's a D plus.
Okay, Red, I gotta ask you. Okay, aside from Jamal Williams, you gotta pick one of those guys. Who is your favorite signing? Gotta give me one. Or someone that you think will have a big impact, I guess, aside from Jamal.
Alex Anzalone.
I like it.
That's
a good one. That's a good one. My man, Lions fan, one Pauly, LFP. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming in and supporting. Okay, so I guess we'll move on to the next part then. And this is kind of similar, like all these signings. I was going to say, what's your least favorite signings? It sounds like all of them aside from Jamal. So I don't know.
All of them.
You're not happy about any of these, for real?
No, like they're terrible.
like Josh Hill, that's tough. And Jamal Williams, you like that one. You don't like Tim Boyle. Do you like Tim? Would you rather have Tim Boyle or Chase Daniel here?
I mean, Tim Boyle is cheaper, way cheaper, like just the money wise. So Tim Boyle.
I agree with that. Brashad, you're not a big Perriman guy. I mean, there are a lot of cheap deals. Randy Bullock. Now, okay, let's just dive right into it, man.
Right.
What is your least favorite release the Lions made? Some of your least favorite releasings, like guys the Lions
that left.
Yes.
It's gonna be Matt Prater.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge Matt Prater fan. He didn't have the best year, but he has a leg. He's clutch.
Right.
Matt Prater to me was huge. And then I'm gonna go another special teamer, Jamal Agnew. I think Jamal Agnew was huge for us. Like his punt return ability. I mean, he could take one to the crib just like that for us. And then he was our gadget receiver. He brings some explosiveness to that offense. So mine were going to be Matt Prater and Jamal Agnew, even more than Kenny Golladay. Now, Kenny Golladay, if he wasn't asking for $18-19 million a year, I would have said Kenny Golladay, but that's just too much money, Kenny Golladay. I'm sorry. You're not Calvin Johnson. You're a good receiver, but you're not Megatron. So it's going to be Prater and Jamal Agnew, I think, are just like the ones that I wish we could have brought back. What you thinking on those?
No,
who was yours?
Okay, who are mine? My least favorite. I had my least favorite releases. I had Joe Dahl as one of my top ones here. I was so mad when Joe Dahl was released. Like,
okay,
I didn't like it. I liked Joe Dahl for depth, and I get caught up in the trenches and depth, just like we talked about with Terrell Crosby. Like, we don't want him gone. I kind of felt the same way with Dahl because we saw him play center when he needed to. I know he could play guard, so we released him. I was like, why did we release that guy? I just didn't feel like it was necessary. So that was the one that I didn't like. It was tough this offseason with the money. I don't know. I mean, I like yours with Matt Prater. That one was tough. Matt Prater was clutch for us. And now, interesting thing here, Randy Bullock has the same career field goal percentage, but he's not a long-range kicker like Matt Prater is. He's not long-range like Matt Prater. He doesn't have the game winners either like Matt Prater does. That dude's crazy when he needs the most.
He got that leg.
He does. All right, so what are your favorite releases? Your favorite the guys that moved on from, the ones that are like, yes, I'm glad we moved on from that dude.
Kenny Golladay, because I didn't want to pay him $18 million a year. Like, he's a good red zone threat, but paying a receiver $18 million is just that's a lot of money to be giving to one player, one position.
Yeah,
that one, and then Draw Davis. deuces because I don't see, but I don't get the Draw Davis. I don't know if it was the scheme, like it was a Patricia that kind of just turned him into ish, or was it just Draw Davis didn't pan out because he was explosive. He will strike you. His vision was okay, but as far as like blitzing and getting to the quarterback, he was good at that. And he obviously we know he couldn't cover and pass. Like his pass cover skills was terrible. So I don't know if it was just the coaching or is he just like not that good of a linebacker? Like he was just an athlete, like playing football, but he didn't really have that high of IQ because him and Alex Alazone were Florida's linebackers and they both came out the same year. I don't know if people know that. And
there you go.
I mean, obviously Alazone went a little later and Alazone has actually had a better career than him. So it was Gerard Davis and Kenny Golladay, I would think. Those like you could go because Gerard Davis just didn't. I don't know. I thought he was going to be so good coming out of college. Like, but anyways, go ahead, Dose. Who was your above? I'm sorry.
I wanted to ask you about the Golladay thing. Do you think there's a receiver in the NFL that you feel is worth that much money, that you would pay that much money to if you were the Lions? If you own the Lions, he wants $19 million. What receiver would that be? Is there any receiver that you would do that for?
It would be DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, and I'm sorry, but I'm a huge Mike Evans fan. I'm gonna say Mike Evans.
You would get Mike. So you take Mike. You're taking Mike Evans over Golladay?
Yes.
Okay.
Mike Evans is super duper consistent. A lot of people sleep on him, but the man has put up 1,000 yards receiving every year. Every year. He's put up 15 touchdowns. I think was the year before, not last year. People might want to go check Mike Evans' stats. Mike Evans gets it in. He gets it in. And Devontae Adams, too. He can get paid. I know he's a rival.
Yeah.
But Devontae Adams gets it done. So those are the four I would say. But Mike Evans, people sleep on him. But I would pay Mike Evans. Yep.
That's an interesting one. Mike Evans. I was not expecting an answer, man. You get Mike. Wow,
you pay Mike Evans. Stats quick enough. Go look at him like he's super duper consistent.
Golladay are you okay? What did you not like about Golladay? Was it on the field or was it the injury stuff you were worried about?
It was the injuries. Okay, the injuries because before like last season, like Kenny Golladay was the deal. I think he led or tied the league in touchdowns. He's great at the 50-50 ball, good hands. Route running could be a little better, but he gets open. I mean, he makes the catch. You know what I'm saying? So if he would have got paid before last season, I probably wouldn't have been mad at it because he was producing. Like Kenny Golladay was my guy. But after last year and you played, I think 4 games, like, nah, man, you need to be on a prove-it deal. We'll give you $12 million for a 1-year deal. Let's see if you bounce back. And if so, then let's talk about that $18 million next year. And then I think he's about to be 28 or 29 already.
Yeah, he is older for that.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but he's great at the 50. I think he's top 3 when it comes to like a 50-50 ball, like throw it up, jump, go get it. Galladay's 9 times out of 10 coming down with that ball.
I don't know if I clarified the question extremely well. They said, dang, you just left Julio out of there. That's crazy. I don't know how you were taking that question in, like if you were thinking that was like a multiple year deal. For when I asked it, for some reason I was thinking like it was a Golladay deal that he got, like the 4 years, 18 a year. That's what I was kind of thinking. But if we're talking just 1 year, would you pay Julio that much?
For just 1 season?
1 season.
Yes.
So you would trade for Julio Jones?
Like right now?
Yeah.
Nah, because we like in a rebuild. We need somebody who's going to be around for about 3 to 4.
Okay, I had to just throw it in there.
We need 3 to 4. Like if we was ready to like we're a playoff caliber team and like we could possibly make a run at the Super Bowl, then like yeah, let's go bring in Julio. But we don't need Julio right now because we need somebody for this like 3 to 4 year rebuild.
Okay, I don't even know where he left off. We kind of got off track there. So we were talking about players that signed elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would say no, the Matt Prater one was good. So, Matt Prater left. That was tough. Some of these we've lost a lot of big names. We had by far the most turnover in the NFC North. No one flipped like we did.
Right.
You feel like that's a good thing? You were happy about that we did all this? Or would you have liked the Lions to keep around, like try to keep around guys like some of these bigger names that got these big deals? Like a Marvin Jones Jr., for example. He signed, as you see, he signed 2 years, $13.5 million. Would that be someone you would try to keep around?
I mean, yes, at this point, yeah, because Marvin Jones is way better than Tyrell Williams and Brashard Perryman. Yes, I would have kept him at that price point. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Marvin could have came back. I was a fan of Marvin Jones, but I mean, he's getting up. I think he's 31, but he still was.
Yeah.
He was producing. I've always been a fan of Marvin Jones, even when he was with the Bengals and when we brought him in. You know, I like that. So, I mean, if we could have kept Marvin Jones at that price point, I wouldn't have been mad at that. Yes, in 2 years, possibly. I mean,
I always felt like Marvin was just kind of like overlooked all the time. Like every time Galladay was not there, Marvin like stepped up, dude.
He did his thing.
He had some crazy catches too. That one against Minnesota. I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about. Where it was like, I think was it on Thanksgiving where he had a like double team touchdown. That thing was nuts, man. Marvin had some crazy grabs for us.
Always.
Man,
Marvin's always played well. I think he's about 30 or 31. He's
okay.
He's in his 30s.
Right.
He either just touched him or. But I mean, who did you? So you would have kept Marvin?
No, I don't think so. I mean, look, I'm like with you. I like what the Lions did. You know, the money was tight. I'm fine with what they did. You know, they let these guys go. They just kind of filled out spots with cheap deals. And I feel more highly on free agency than you do. Maybe that's just the optimism flowing. I don't know.
What's your grade? Give me your grade because I gave you. What's your grade? I'm sorry, I should ask you your grade.
You know,
be real.
Are we talking both signings and players that left, like all of it?
No. What we brought in, like
just who we brought in.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like just looking at it right now. I'm feeling like a B-.
Dang.
Yeah, like some of them I don't like. I'm not super like Damian Ratley, you know. But then when you look at like the how cheap the deal was, like Charles Harris, I wasn't a huge fan of him when I started watching his stuff. You know, Perriman's been inconsistent, but you know, like I talk about with Dunbar, I just feel like there's a lot of upside with some of these guys because some of these guys have balled out and then they just fell off because of injuries or something.
Dunbar,
it's like if we could just hit on a couple of these, the value would be through the roof for a year. And I look at last year with like Trufant, like I legitimately think Dunbar come back healthy, coming off of surgery, what he did in 2019, I think he'll be better than what we saw with Trufant last season by far. And for the value, I think that's crazy good. I don't love all the moves, but like you said, like they're all cheap. So it's like even if it doesn't work out, he's gone and it wasn't expensive. So it's kind of hard to grade it because they didn't lock into anything long term. You know, they kind of just like, all right, if they don't play well, we'll just move on from them. So here are the guys that the Lions released this offseason. We got Christian Jones, Russell Bodine, Desmond Trufant, Coleman, James Dahl, Daniel, and Danny Shelton. Any of those names, man. Who are you happy with out of these names that the Lions released? Any of those?
Yeah, a lot of those actually. I was never a fan of Christian Jones. Mm-hmm. The money we paid Jesse James from the jump was just stupid. Yeah, and that's the same year we go draft T.J. Hawkinson. That was just oh my Lord, Quinn. So Jesse James won. Okay. I was a fan of Justin Coleman, like in the beginning. He didn't have the best year last year, but Justin Coleman, he always played hard. He was good at punching the ball out if the receiver did catch it. Like I like the way he attacked the game. So, but we saved a good little chunk of change, I believe, by doing that. So I'm not mad at that move. Trufant did not show up for us. So later. Then Chase Daniel, I mean, we all agree that he was overpaid. I was a little sad about the Danny Shelton. That's one that kind of hurt me because I feel like Danny Shelton played some good football for us last season.
Right.
Now, letting him go, I was a little hurt, but then now what we replaced him with in the draft, like, okay, okay, Danny, you can go. But he played well for us. If people really went back and watched the film, like, he got it down. He got it down there in the trenches. I do get you on that. The Joe Dahl hurt me a little bit because I am all about depth at offensive line, and he can play kind of all over that offensive line. But yeah, to answer your question, I'm sorry, I know I got to go on, but Jesse James, Justin Coleman, Truth, I like them all. Later, they was all overpaid. Peace,
man. You know what's it's sad though when you look at like how much these guys sign with elsewhere. Like Trufant with the Bears, he signed like nothing. Coleman, 2.75. We give him 4 years, $36 million, right? I mean that like these guys. Trufant, we signed to 2 years, $20 million, and now he's just like this cheap deal with the Bears for a year. It's crazy.
It's Quinn. He was. Somebody should slap him.
It's just such a mess, and I think that's why I'm more like I'm definitely like more optimistic about this free agency because it's like okay, that can't really happen with these guys because it's like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We didn't overpay and reach for anybody. We're just like okay, we're trying to figure this thing out. I like what you said about Danny Shelton because when I was going through this, I wrote down Danny Shelton. I was like, that would be if I had to pick one that I would have liked to keep. It would be Danny Shelton. But then, like you said, with what we did when we brought in McNeil. having Pennicini, keeping him around, the restructure of Nick Williams, it was like, okay, we got Michael Brockers. He can go. We didn't need him back, but he did play well last year. Like you're exactly right. That was a good player for Lion, and he was on a cheap deal too. So it wasn't like he was expensive for us.
Right.
Justin Coleman, man, like it's crazy. 2.75 million. I did like Coleman too. Like he had the flashes. It's just everybody was bad last year. Like just everybody was bad.
Nobody wanted to pay for Patricia.
It was a
like
mess.
That's pretty much it. Like if you don't like your coach, you ain't about to playing hard for him. Like like people I hated Patricia, man. God.
Yeah, that
was just terrible for the Lions. Just set us back. Him and Quinn just set us back. I'm go ahead.
No, you're cool. I mean,
I just get upset
it out.
thinking about it.
Man.
I get upset thinking about the years we just wasted, man. Like, because I've been a Lions fan my whole life, and Caldwell, at least Caldwell had us at 9-7. He had an 11-5 year. At least he was getting us to the playoffs, 8-8, 7-9. But like we were always in the middle of the road, which being in the NFL ain't the best. You don't really want to be in the middle of the road. You either want to be at the top or at the bottom. But at least we was making it to a playoff game. Like these fools has going 4-12, 5-11, and then overpaying for free agencies and drafting another tight end 4 years later. Now TJ Hawkinson is playing some good football, but at first I was not a fan because we just did this with Ebron, and Ebron didn't pan out, and I just don't believe you should be drafting tight ends in the top 10. Not unless you're somebody like Kyle Pitts. I think he's gonna be game changer. But I just hated Queen and I hated Patricia. Go ahead. Where we at, Dose? Because
I don't know where we're at, but I was gonna say like
I'm telling you, I'd slap Patricia if I seen him on the street.
But let me say this, like for sure. Were you on like go be honest here. Go back. Okay. Lions hire Matt Patricia. How did you feel? Were you happy about it? Were you excited? Did you feel like it was the right move?
I was happy. I'm not gonna lie because he was a defensive mastermind. The Patriots always had a good defense. I mean, obviously the Patriots are winning Super Bowls, but anytime they come they leave Bill Belichick, any of his assistants, they never pan out. Like they never go somewhere else and be successful. So that did scare me, but I was a fan of it. Like I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but it happened again. It just did not pan out.
Didn't work out, man.
It never works out when they leave Belichick. Never.
Were
you a fan? How
I was. Oh yeah. I was a big time fan. I was like, dude, this is great because like you said, we were middle of the road. Like it felt like every year, and we never got back to that 11-5 mark. His first year was his best year, and it was like middle of the road after that. So it was like, okay, yeah, we're taking the next step. We're going forward, and teams have done this. Like I know, NBA teams have done this in the past. Like you're close, and it's like, let's go. We got to take the next step, and then they misstepped, and they went with Matt Patricia, and it just didn't work at all. But I don't know. I mean,
and this is what like really like made me hot about Patricia. He made a comment and said, well, the Lions didn't have any talent when I got here. I'm thinking like, what? Are you a fool, bro? We just came off a 9-7 season. We got some talent. Like you just ain't about to go 9-7 in the NFL if you ain't got no talent. Like, you know what I'm like? That had me so hot when he said that. Well, they didn't like, bro, you ran all our talent out of Detroit.
Yeah, people were coming for him at that point because people just wanted answers. They're like, what's going on here? And then Patricia was he was trying to shoot fire back, man. That got ugly. That got really ugly. Okay, I got to go into this trade. We know about the big trade that happened. Goff. Well, it was actually a lot involved here. We got Michael Brockers, we got Goff, we got 2 first-round picks, we got 3rd. Every time I look at that, like we got so much for him. It's crazy how much we got in return. My thoughts, you love it. It has stayed the same. I think it was great for both teams. They decided to part ways, so we weren't going to keep him. So once you decide that, you're going to trade him away for what we got in return. I thought was great. I love the fact that we got a quarterback, and we're not like we have to get a quarterback at 7 no matter who it is because we don't have one. Right. And then we got for the picks we got. I think for the Rams it was perfect too. Where they are as a team, he's a big upgrade for right now, and he's got 2 years left on his deal. It's like that window to go win a Super Bowl. So I thought it was great for both teams.
I agree with you. I'm a huge Stafford fan. I never wanted to see him leave, but what we got for Matt Stafford, I cannot complain. We got Jared Goff, who's he's a okay quarterback. I'm not super sold on Goff. Like I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not going to sit here and tell people I am, but I believe he could be successful. And then getting 2 first-round picks and a 3rd, like okay, Stafford, I'm a fan. I wish you well, but you got to go, bro. And then that Brockers trade, I love. What did we give up a 6th or a 7th? We gave up a think it was.
It looks like we sent a 7th pick to the Rams.
A late round pick for Brockers. Like, I'm not mad at that at all. I'll take that.
Yeah, and it all kind of like went to one there. I mean, the whole deal, like we got so much in return. It's crazy.
I like that. I really.
So the fact that it had to happen, it was like, all right, at least we got this. At least we got a great return. It's crazy how valuable they felt that he is, though. I mean, that's just wild. It's wild, dude. It's like, man, they felt like it was that big of an upgrade. But I see it though. You know, I've watched. Like, I feel like it's that big of an upgrade. Mm-hmm. I'm with you. Like, Goff he's still young. He's still got things to prove on, but that was a huge upgrade. And these players don't come available like that. And I feel like, you know, I've seen some of the trade scenarios for Rodgers. If that dude actually came available, oh my goodness. You know, dude, you know how much people be giving up for Rodgers? It's
a lot.
Nuts. He's 38, but it's like they don't come around.
He's worth it though. He's a top 5 quarterback of all time, in my opinion. I believe so. I don't know.
So who you got? Like 1 Goff, 2 Stafford, 3 Rodgers? Is that
of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the list mixed up. It goes Stafford, Goff, then Rodgers. But you was close. I
was right there.
You were almost there.
We can write future signings. I don't know if there's any. We have more future signings than this. I don't know why I only have 3 players on there. My bad. We got more future signings than this. Got any thoughts on the future signings? Hunter Thedford, is their boy? Nah.
Who?
Hunter Thedford, man, out of Utah. You know.
No.
I don't.
We're just bringing in people at this point. It's okay. Like, just bring them in. If they pan out, they pan out. Like, I'm not mad at it. I wish they would go get Melvin Ingram. Like, I still want Ingram.
Oh, that's what we got to get to. I forgot to ask you, but you can answer that.
Go ahead.
Is there a free agent out there or a trade that you want to make right now for the Detroit Lions or going forward? Well, is there anything they could still do this offseason to complete free agency, make you feel happy? Because you're not super happy, it sounds like.
Yes, let's go get Ingram. Okay. Add him as a pass rusher. He can also help work with that defensive line because he is he used to be a top tier pass rusher. So I would like to bring him into that locker room. I think he probably still got a year or 2 left of good football in him. Then I can't think of a secondary person off the top of my head, but I still think we need some type of veteran because if not, our secondary leader is Tracy Walker. Is he the most seasoned person back there?
He is.
You know what I mean? Like, is that
I think he's older than Marlowe. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that our leader in the back end? So I would like to see that. I think we should go get Trey Burton at the tight end personally. Like, that's who I would have probably brought in instead of Fells. Fells is solid, though. I'm not going to take anything away from him. I like the signing because he is a good pass blocker and big body for red zone and things like that. But I think we should try to get Trey Burton, Ingram. Now, this is the trade. I don't care. Y'all can call me crazy. But I want the Lions to go trade for Brandon Cooks from the Texans. That's the receiver I want. He's a true number 1. Okay. I do like that. He's put up 1,000 yards receiving with 4 different quarterbacks. So he's already proven he can make things happen no matter who's throwing him the ball. Now, injuries, concussions can kind of be shaky with him. The Texans, they need draft capital. Like, they need picks because everybody knows they're going to have the number 1 pick next year. And Goff and Cooks already has a relationship. So now he has somebody that he's comfortable with. He kind of has a go-to guy. Cooks is a true number 1. That's going to help our run game. Because as of right now, let's be real. Swift and Jamal are going to struggle just because we have nobody on the outside that teams need to fear, really. So they're going to stack the box. They're going to put 8 in the box because they don't need to run any type of bracket coverage or a safety high over the top for any of these receivers because they're not proven. Not unless one of them come off and pop like week 1 and week 2 to where teams got to start game planning for them. But as of right now, our boxes are going to be loaded. So go bring in Brandon Cooks where you got to respect him because he will toast you. He's already proven it. 5 out of the 7 years, he's proven it. Go get him. That's going to help Goff get comfortable also. And I think we would have to give up like a second. And personally, I'm not mad with giving up a second for Cooks just because he's 27. He's a speed demon. He's good at yards after the catch. He's proven. So I would honestly give up an extra second for Brandon Cooks. And I think the Texans would do it because they need picks. Like, they're going to have to bring in as much talent as they, you know what I mean? And plus, we're going to get some compensatory picks from all these free agents we just talked about, like Galladay, maybe Marvin Jones. We may get some for Agnew. We may get some for Gerard Davis. Sorry, but you know what I mean? Like we may get some compensatory picks for him. So it's not like we couldn't move back up into the second if we needed to next year's draft. But I really want Brandon Cooks because I think he would help us tremendously in the run game and the pass game. Like he's helping us in two aspects of the game just because now a team has to worry about him on the outside because nobody fears Tyrell Williams. And I know for sure they ain't fearing Perryman. Nobody fears those guys.
I don't know if you know the answer to this. You know how many? You know, like his contract right now, like how many years he's under contract for?
I think he has 3 more years. I believe like he's a $12 million cap hit, and then it goes to like 5 each year after that.
Oh, okay.
So he's not even a huge cap hit.
No,
you know what I mean?
Not that expensive.
Like I'll take on that 12 mil for a year, and then if it's going to drop to 5 the remaining years, that's beautiful. And he's only 27, so we could rock him until he's about 31, 32. So for what, 3 to 4 more years? I would love that. I would love to get Brandon Cooks just because he's shown consistency and he's already done it with Goff, and he would just help us out.
That's an interesting name. I didn't think you were going to say that, but like you're convincing me a little bit there. You did. I like the fact that you brought up Brandon Cooks. You're right. When he was with Goff, I mean that was his dude. He was his deep threat. He was take the top off, and Goff played super well with him.
1,200 yards.
1,200 yards.
Yep.
Here it is,
he's done it with 4 different quarterbacks. One was Brady, obviously. He's done it with some top-tier quarterbacks. I'm not going to say he was doing it with some bums like some Jameis Winston's or anything.
Right.
You know, he did it with Breeze. You know what I mean? He did it with Breeze, Brady, Goff, and then now Watson. But he's proven that he can get 1,000 no matter who's throwing the ball to him. And you got to respect Brandon Cooks. You have to.
Dude, you made a great point with the comp picks. I think it's forgotten that we're projected to get 3 comp picks next season. So it's like, yeah, I mean, if you could do something like that, you're going to get those picks back. He's under contract, like you're saying. That's an interesting idea. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the idea.
I think it's because Goff already knows him. They already got a relationship. Yeah. Now, I do hate trading away picks, especially a second. That is a high pick. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we can move back up into the second if need be because we're going to get quite a few comp picks next year. Mm-hmm. Let's say we just get 2. You know what I mean? We get a third and a fourth, or a third and a fifth. Now we got 2 thirds. We can move up into the second if need be.
You got the 2 first. All
right. Like we can make something shake.
I like that. It was out of the box.
Yeah. It was. I know what nobody think about Cooks.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Hey, man. You know, I'm always thinking about our Lions. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl before I leave this earth. I'm 36. So
if Lions do this, would you give free agency an A? Would you be like A+ Lions? You killed it.
I don't see. Free agency still going to stay at a D+ because that has nothing to do with like the free agency move. Now off season, it's elevated even more because we got a great draft.
Yes.
The off season as a whole does get elevated then. Yes, because
Okay.
Good draft. We've made some good trades as far as like the Stafford, Brockers, and then if you can swing this Cooks deal, like we're going to get bumped up. But that free agency, no, you're staying at a D, bro. Like you're staying at a D.
Okay. No. Hey man, I had a couple names here.
I'm sorry.
No, you're cool. I like it. That was a cool answer because I wasn't expecting that, and you sold it, man. I had Golden Tate wrote down just because it's Golden Tate. Like I couldn't imagine him coming back. I just think it'd be so awesome. It would have to be a cheap deal because he's been getting paid a lot, but I just think it'd be cool to have him back. But you said like a vet safety. I've been like, I want this guy, man. I want Trey Boston. Like if the Lions signed Trey Boston, I would be so hyped. I think he's a beautiful scheme fit. I think the Panthers messed up with it. They brought in a new defensive coordinator. They try to make him a box safety, which he's not. And it was coming off just getting signed to a 3-year, $18 million deal. The dude's like a top safety. I mean, I've told people like you compare him statistically to Marcus Williams, that Saints dude who got tagged this offseason. He's comparable across the board for like the last 3 or 4 years, aside from 2020 when they moved him out of position. I love that. I would love to bring in a vet like that. I know everybody brings up Malik Hooker too. Mm-hmm. You know, I wouldn't be mad at it. You know, like 1 year prove it, kind of like the rest of them.
He's young.
Yeah,
I like the Boston. I like the Boston pickup. I do. That's a good one.
I had Melvin Ingram wrote down too. I mean, that might be like a little like overkill a little bit, but at the same time, it's like, how can you have too many pass rushers, man?
You can never.
I want to see Julian. I want to see Romeo, but hey, give me Melvin too. Let's just get after it. And then I had 2 more. I had Brian Poole and Darqueze Dennard. I always have Darqueze Dennard because I think his name's cool. But every offseason, man. I mean, come on now.
His name's cool. Yeah, we're gonna give you a contract just because of your name alone. Come on, we'll put you on a 1-year deal.
There it is. Hey, why not? You know, we've already. Hey,
he was good at Michigan State, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
He was a good corner coming out.
Are you a Michigan State fan?
Nah, I don't really keep up with college football, to be honest.
Okay, so you're not like a Oregon fan or nothing.
Nah, I mean,
I gotta ask you this. I know this is like completely off. Do you say Oregon or Oregon?
Oregon.
Oregon?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it weird to say it the other way?
Oregon. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't do that anymore. I used to do that, and I've tried to like.
It's okay. I mean,
no, it's. I mean, you know best. Like you have the whole bat. Yeah, you know best. So I gotta, like, and then I had Brian Poole. Like we got Corn Elder for a year, but like if we wouldn't have grabbed Brian Poole, he's sitting there. He's one of the top slots in the league. He's played for the Jets too. So you know if you're balling for the Jets, you're a pretty darn good player. So it's like, okay, I'm down with that. The Lions want to give him a multi-year deal, go for it. If you want to lock up a slot. I think that's. Can I ask
you a quick question? Because you said if you're balling for, did Brashard Perriman ball for the Jets?
Oh yeah,
he did.
Wait, hold up. Jets.
I mean, you said if you ball for the Jets, you got to be doing something. I just want to know.
Yeah.
Did he ball for the Jets?
I don't know. That was last year. That was the last team he was with. Right?
I know. That's why.
He was like he had a rough year compared to what he did in Tampa Bay before.
He's terrible.
He ain't terrible. He ain't terrible. Hey,
he's terrible.
He just has some rough years.
You know what? We're gonna be doing this every week, and we're gonna talk about it by like week 8. So what's the deal with Brashard Perriman? He had turf toe, and he was going through some marital problems, and he still has the dropsies, but he's working on it. Right.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
He didn't have the dropsies with Tampa Bay, just not with Tampa Bay. So, no, I'm gonna have to get a Perriman jersey. That would be like,
don't stop.
No,
stop.
You're not a Perriman fan. Is that your least favorite signing?
Stop. He's terrible. Yeah, all of them are bad. But yeah, you can note that as my least. Only way you get a Perriman jersey if you pick it up from Ross Dress from less. Then you grab it. You don't pay full retail for that.
I don't know if you saw the Bears thing, but this made me think of it. Like Darnell Mooney and Jalen Ramsey going at it. And I guess Darnell Mooney burnt Jalen Ramsey on a route last year, but the pass was incomplete. That's what that made me think of. Like Rashad Perriman burnt somebody and then dropped the pass.
He's good for that.
Man, that's tough. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a Perriman jersey. Like that's my guy now. So
all right.
Then. Okay, final grade. Free agency alone. Signings, release, cuts, everything. Give me a grade. Top of your head, anything.
C.
All right.
They saved us some money, like letting some of these bad contracts go. So C. It moved up.
It moved up a little bit. And then they combine a good draft, and you're looking at a B, probably off season right now. B plus. Okay. All right, I'll give it an A plus. So that's it, man. Nope.
You're not being serious, are you? You just
no. I'd probably.
Okay, I'm like, dang, those are A plus. You a super fan? Like I'm a super fan, but I'm a real one too. Like A plus, like
I ain't going A plus. I think I'll sit like at like a B minus range. I am a little like on the crazy, like it's never gonna be a bad grade with me. I just can't bring myself on, unfortunately, but. I don't dislike some of these moves. I like you said, man. I mean, I don't think we're locked in anything. Worst case scenario doesn't work out. And it's like, dang, at least we're not trying to sign all these dudes. We have no idea what we're running. We have no idea who we have, and then we're stuck with them. Like we getting all these big deals. That'd be a mess. I think that's it, man. I think we hit on everything. You got anything else to add? Or are you good?
Go make that trade for Cooks. That's it. Dude. I want Cooks.
That's a good one. Did you see that somewhere? Or did you come up with that?
No, man, I came up with that, baby. I don't listen to these fools. Like, nah,
OG, man.
What makes them better than us? Like, they ain't no better than us. We know our team. We know our team.
You know it.
Nah,
that's good.
No, I'm just thinking like he's comfortable with golf. He's a burner. He's proven it. Let's go get him. And the Texans need picks because they know they suck. So let's give you some more draft capital.
And you don't love our receiver group, like you I mean, how do you like you? Okay, you like Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? You're happy
That's
with
it.
That?
I love that pick.
That's it.
That's it.
Cephas.
He showed up a little bit last year, and then he was nice coming out of college. So I'm not. I need to see a little bit more. Like I like him. I like him better than Perryman.
Okay, yeah.
And Tyrell Williams, he's cool, but he's like a number. He's not a go-to guy. He's just your second, third option kind of guy. And Perryman is a, if somebody gets hurt, 2 receivers get hurt, now we're down to the 5th string you come in type of guy. So no, our receiving core as a whole is terrible. All we got is Hawk and St. Brown. And then I hope Quentin Cephas does show up. I think he's solid. He can be a good little possession receiver, but we have the worst receiving core in the NFL, hands down.
In the NFL?
Yes.
Wow.
Like, I mean, can you think of a worse? Can we get a comment? Does anybody have a worse receiving core than the Lions? Like, let's be real. If you really think about it, like, bro, we're.
For some reason the Jets popped in my head because we were talking about the Jets. I can't name
the Jets got Corey Davis at least, and then Mims.
Okay.
Is Crowder over there?
Maybe the Eagles.
The Eagles got the Heisman Trophy winner, like that alone.
Just Devontae. And then they got Jalen Reagor too. Jags, Texans. Look, man.
I'm sorry, Brody.
No, you're right. It's not great. You're right. You can't argue. It's not a great receiving core.
No, Jags has Marvin Jones, Chark.
Now they have Agnew.
Somebody said the Jags. No. Texans, they got Cooks and
let me see DD. Let me see a Lions sign DD Westbrook. I'll be on that.
I like that. I do like that. I do like that. Like, that's somebody you should put on a 1-year deal over Brashad Perryman because he's actually he's had a good year with the Jags. He was good at Oklahoma. Like, yes, I like the DD Westbrook signing. I would take DD Westbrook for sure. If we sign DD Westbrook, then he's my favorite one besides St. Brown. He instantly becomes second.
I like DD Westbrook a lot. Okay, I got to throw this at you just real quick. Would you have rather taken a receiver at 7 over Sewell?
No.
If Sewell wasn't there, let's say Sewell went to the Bengals at 5, Jamar goes 6. Who are you taking at 7?
I can't trade back. Or I got to take.
You can trade back. I
can trade back. Oh,
what are you targeting then? Linebacker?
No. I'm targeting receiver, but I'm trading back. Like, I'm going to move back. I'm going to move back a couple spots. I like Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith, hands down. I thought he was I think he was the best receiver in the draft. Not Jamar Chase or Waddle. No, it's Devontae Smith.
Best receiver.
Yes.
It was a killer last year, man.
And then I like Rashad Bateman, also out of Minnesota. People sleeping on him too. Bateman was nice, but he went to a terrible team. I don't think he's going to flourish down there in Baltimore. I was sad to see that happen.
You're not a big Lamar fan?
Who?
Lamar
Jackson. I mean, no, he's cool. He's explosive. He's our new age Michael Vick, but I mean, can he really throw for 4,000 yards? I don't know.
Yeah, he won't.
I mean, I like him. I'm a fan. I rock with him. I support him, but like
no love for the UDFAs though. Like you don't have no UDFA receiver love. It doesn't sound like I know you're not a Sirach guy.
Oh boy, you was talking about. Who's the UDFA guy you're talking about?
Jonathan Adams.
I went and watched some film on him. I like him. Yes,
like him. You're not a big Sage guy though.
Sirach? Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
A lot of people like him.
They can have their opinion. No. I'm not at all.
I think that's fair. He's tough. He's tough to love him because he's so slow, man. It's tough. You just worry about it.
Like, what is he? So how is he gonna get open if he's slow? I want to know. Like,
I really get open that much in college. I mean, he ran routes well, but he just contested catches, man. That was his game. It's concerning, but that's why you go UDFA, man. That's why he wanted to.
You're in the NFL now, Bubba. These corners are a lot better. Just saying. Oh man. What's up? What we got?
I was looking at the chat. They said Cephas Khalif. Oh, Khalif Raymond. We forgot to bring him up. You a Khalif guy?
Yeah, I do like him. He's explosive. I like him.
Yeah,
I do.
Okay, I do like him. It sounds like you just really don't like Perriman.
I don't like Perriman. I mean, I know we put him on a 1 year and he's super cheap, but I don't know. I just don't like him. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope the kid comes out and gets 1,200 yards next year.
Yeah, he might have to just because why not?
But
if we look at it backwards, you said like the run game could struggle because we can't throw, but do you think it could be backwards? The pass game could be like surprise you this year because we can run the ball.
That is a good point there. That's a good point, but there's gonna be 8 in the box. There is. Like, I'm not saying we can't keep the run game going with 8 in the box, but yeah, the run game definitely always opens up the pass and the play action and things like that. Correct. Yes, it does. But we will struggle against some teams when they're putting 8 in the box and things like that. Yeah, these receivers are burners, so we could just take them deep and things like that. But we just need a true number 1, like, or even just a solid number 2. We don't even have a number 2. Like, we just need a solid number 2 of that. If we can't pull in some number 1, then at least get somebody who has a name. Like, I don't know. Maybe we should have went after Will Fuller in free agency or something. Like, we just need somebody who has. They don't scare anybody.
Okay. So,
but you're right. I mean, our run game could open up our pass. You got a good point, but there's gonna be some times we're gonna struggle.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can look at it however you want. We'll see what happens during the season. It's different though, because it's a complete opposite of what we've had. We think we got a run game now, and we're worried about the receiver group. It's the exact opposite. So hopefully it works, man.
But let me be clear. I don't mean to cut you off. I would always rather have a better run game and have some terrible receivers instead of having. I mean, we touched on it. Like before, we've always had a great receiving core, but no run game. It didn't work for us. Like, so I like the direction we're going in. I do. I really do. Then, maybe next season we're going to bring in some good receivers or something like that. We're going to have more cap room and stuff like that. But
all the draft picks and grab some.
We'll see. Week 1 is a test. That is a test what this run game is going to be about. Off the jump. We're going against a top-tier defense, a top-tier offense, and just a top-tier team in general. So week 1's a test. And if we pull that one off, we're going to have a good year, I feel like.
You know what? I just thought about this. Do you think, like, at all we could be similar to, like, San Francisco's offense? Like, I was thinking, they had Jimmy G, but then they had Kittle as their, like, top guy. They had Deebo Samuel, but they ran the ball. I didn't know tons of their receivers, but, like, we have Hawk. Hawk's – they're saying that threat. That's probably true. Hawk's probably our number 1 guy, including receivers right now.
Right.
If we have that run game, because it really is going to come down to that run game. That run game if they can't run the ball, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in trouble. And that's how it's been. So it's about that. But if we can run the ball, Hawk, being the go-to guy, then, some of these receivers, maybe they surprise a little bit. We've seen he went with bad receiving groups. So hopefully it works for the Lions.
But, so, I mean, I know we would. So what happens if we get down 3 possessions? What do we?
You got to throw the ball, man. You can't get down 3 possessions first.
but our defense ain't even like top tier. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking, like, if we get down 2 or 3 possessions, like what's gonna happen?
Go wrong. Hey, Goff's got to carry it, man. Put that team on his back. Got to dot him up. You.
He ain't Stafford, but okay.
We better not be getting down 3 possessions.
Hey, you never know. We ain't got the most talented defense yet, but we're solid. We're getting there. We added some good. Our D line's good. I do like. I like it. We're getting good. I like it.
It's all about the coaching, man.
You're right. That's key. We got to take these boys to the next level. Kuda, all them boys, Ruri, whatever, all of them. Got to get to the next level.
That's about it, man. I think that's it. I think that's all we got. Unless you got anything else to add, I think we're good.
I'm good, baby. We'll be back next Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, thank y'all for tapping in. We love it.
I was gonna end it with that. Coaching matters, man. Hopefully it works for us. We gotta have better coaching. If we coach better, this could all come together. But if not, it won't. All right, we're gonna end it here. Appreciate the chat, man. The chat was crazy today, and we'll be back Wednesday. Go through the latest Lions news, and I don't know what we're doing next. We'll figure it out though, and you guys will see us then. Oh, make sure you go check out the link in the description. Go check out my man Rad's channel. Make sure you guys go subscribe over there.
Please go Lions.